Hi to all. This session is purely based on problematic session. So we will start from first problem. So first problem is, I will read it. A person deposited 1,50,000 in a bank for a 1 year and got a 1,60,000 at the end of 1 year. Find out the total amount of interest and the rate of interest per year on the deposited money. Okay, so in these cases we have to find total amount of interest. So what is formula? First we have to take what is the end of the year. We got the 1,60,000 and we will deposited already we deposited money 1,50,000. So at the end of the year, amount minus of the deposited amount, it will the rate of interest, and after that rate of interest formula is the difference between amount, end of the amount minus of the deposited is nothing but the 10,000, and that differentiation value divided by 1,50,000 is deposited value. So deposited value into 100, we will get the percentage of interest, that is 6.67. Next problem is, a person has taken a loan amount of 1 lakh from a bank for a period of 5 years. Estimate the amount of money the person will repay to the bank at the end of 5 years for the following cases. First cases is considering the simple interest rate of 8% per year. Second question, considering compound interest rate of 8% per year. So we will see first one. First one is considering the simple interest at 8% per year. So interest is 8% per year, and formula is, simple interest formula is PNI. Okay, this is simple interest formula. Okay, IT equal to PNI divided by 100. So P is loan amount 1 lakh, N is year, and I is the interest of amount. Okay, so total interest for each year we have to calculate it. For each year is nothing but the N equal to 1. So Pn into I corresponding first year, we will get the 8,000 rupees. We will get the interest for each year. By using of the amount of interest, we have to calculate up to 5 years. See here in table, consider 5 years, column 1. Second one is amount of interest per year, and we have to calculate a total amount owed. Okay, see here. See, amount of interest is 8,000 rupees first year. Second year is also 8,000. Third year also same. Fourth year, for each year it will get the 8,000 rupees interest. And first, in these cases, first we have to calculate total amount 1 lakh plus 8,000. 1 lakh plus corresponding 8,000 corresponding first year. So after that we have to calculate, we will get the 1 lakh 8,000 rupees. So by using of 1 lakh 8,000 rupees, again we have to add 8,000. We will get the 1,16,000 rupees will get. After that again we will add 8,000 to 1,16,000, and then we will get 1,24,000. Same till 5th year. Okay, this is the simplest formula for to find simple interest payment. Okay, second one is compound interest. Okay, in this compound interest formula is like this. F equal to P, IT equal to P into 1 plus I by 100. I is interest, P is amount, and I is the interest, that is nothing but the 8%, 8 by 100. So if it is corresponding, so see here, by using of formula we will calculate first year, second year, same formula. So see here, first formula is 8000, okay. See here, first one is so in these cases first we will calculate end of first year, that is nothing but the 1 lakh into 1 plus 8 by 100, n equal to, for corresponding first year that is n equal to 1, for corresponding second year n equal to 2, same continue till 5th year. So that is nothing but the first we have to find out the third column, that is total amount owed. So we will get the third column. By using of third column we will get the amount of interest. So amount of interest formula is, see here, we will get the first, by using of formula we will get the value of 1,08,000. So and also we will get the this total column we will get the by using of formula. So initially we got the 8,000 interest. So by using of this minus of this we will get the 8,640. Second, this minus of this we will get the 9,331. Same, this minus of this equal to, we will get the this value. Same, this minus of this we will get the this value. This is the nothing but the compound interest. Okay. So see here, in these first cases 1 lakh minus of 1,08,000 is nothing but the 8,000 we will get the. First we have to calculate third column. After that we will get the, by using of third column we will get the second column. In simple interest first we have to calculate it second column, and after that we have to calculate it third column. Only difference is first only column wise it is a different and formula also different. And second concept is cash flow diagram. Okay, see here, this is cash flow diagram. In these cases what will happen? So along horizontal it is time, along vertical upward it is cash inflow, and downward it is cash outflow. This graphical representation of the diagram is both cash outflow and cash inflow. With respect time it will show. Scale is generally referred as cash flow diagram. Typically cash flow diagram is like this. Okay, generally this cash flow diagram indicated by a vertical arrows on the time scale, as well as cash flow. First one is cash outflow and cash inflow. Cash outflow is nothing but the costs or expenses. What will expenses? No, that is cash outflow. Cash inflow is nothing but the incoming. Okay, the cash outflow and inflow represented vertically. Okay, upward and downward. The interest period may be quarter, a month or a year. Since the cash flow generally occurred at a different time, different intervals within interest period. For ease of calculation, all the flows are assumed to occur at the end of the interest year. So in these cases 0 to 10 numbers is called as years or else months. Okay, if in question he will mention, if he mentioned year, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, that is years, and if he mentioned month, it is month. Okay, so first in corresponding year, zero, at the 0 year, the amount is cash outflow, it is expenses 1 lakh, and in the year of third year, it will incoming, that is 35,000. Same likewise, this cash flow diagram will says cash inflow and outflow. At the end of 10 years, inflow is 45,000. Okay. So by using of that cash flow diagram, it will point out some payments. So that is nothing but the single payment. In these cases, what will happen? Single payments. So initial P is initial amount, F is the salvage amount at the or else future single amount. It will comes only single items. Okay. So that is nothing but the single payment, and also single initial payments and corresponding years. So that single payment formula is F equal to P of 1 plus I raised to n. Okay. So by using of this formula, one problem is there. So we will discuss that problem. A person deposits a sum of 40,000 at the interest rate of 15% compounded annually for 10 years. Find the maturity value after 10 years. See here, P is the deposited amount. It is the initial amount. Okay. And rate of interest is 15% and compounded annually for 10 years. He asked years is 10 years. Find the maturity value after 10 years. So by using of single payment, we have to calculate the maturity amount. P is already he mentioned 40,000. Rate of interest is 15% and years is up to 10 years. So single payment formula is F equal to P of 1 plus I raised to n. So I is nothing but the 15 by 100. So 15 by 100 is 0.15. So by using of this formula, we will get the up to 10 years future amounts. Okay, that is maturity. First starting maturity value is 40,000 invested now at a 15% and it will equal to after 10 years we will get the amount of the 1,61,600 rupees. And next one is single payment present worth amount. Okay, what it tells, see here, P is the present worth amount and F is the single future amount, and these all to 0 to n is year, I is the interest of the rate of interest, and formula for the single payment present worth amount is P equal to F by 1 plus I raised to n. Okay. According to this formula, he gave one problem. A person wishes to have a future sum of 1,50,000 for his son's education. After 10 years from now, what is the single payment that should be deposited now so that he gets the desired amount after 10 years? The bank gives the 13% interest rate compounded annually. So in these cases future sum, that is F is given, that is 1,50,000 and rate of interest is 13% and years is n equal to 10. Okay, formula is P equal to F by 1 plus I raised to n. So by using of this formula, we will get the P value. So that is nothing but the, by using of formula, we will get the amount 44,250 rupees. Okay, so that is nothing but the person has to invest 44,250 rupees so that he will get a sum of 1,50,000 after 10 years. at the interest of 13%. After that, next concept is equal payment. Okay, in equal payment, so one flow diagram is there, that is nothing but the equal payment series compound amount. In these cases, see here, objective has to be find so future worth of a n equal payments. Okay, in these cases n equal payments, that is nothing but the years, okay, which are made at the end of every interest period till the end of the nth interest period at an interest rate of I at the end of each interest period. The corresponding cash flow diagram is like this, see here, and A is equal amount deposit at the end of each interest period. When the interest period is having that time have to fill equal amount. N is number of interest periods. Okay, I is rate of interest, F is single future amount. Okay, if we deposited some equal amount, we will get the single future amounts. Okay, and formula is F equal to A of 1 plus I raised to n minus of 1 divided by I, and by using of this formula we will calculate one problem. So what is the problem? See here, a person who is now 30 years old is planning for his retired life. He plans to invest an equal sum of 20,000 at the end of every year for the next 30 years. Starting from the end of the next year, the bank gives 15% interest rate compounded annually. Find the maturity value of his account when he is 60 years old. Okay, see here, in question n equal to 30 years. Okay, A is he planned to invest money equal, he plans to invest a equal deposit money, that is nothing but the 20,000. Okay, per every year he have to deposit some amounts. Okay, then interest is 15%. What we will get? If we know A value, we know I value, and also we know n value. By using of this formula, we will get the F value. Future, F is nothing but the future sum of the annual equal payments after 30 years. Okay, next concept is equal payment series sinking fund. Okay, see here, in these cases what will happen? So equal amount A, that should be deposited at the end of every interest period for n interest periods to realize a future sum of, that is nothing but the F at the end of the nth interest period at an interest rate of I. The corresponding cash flow diagram is like this. So see here, only formula changes. So formula is nothing but the A equal to F of I divided by 1 plus I raised to n minus of 1. Okay, we will discuss one problem. A company has to replace a present facility after 10 years at an outlay of 5 lakh. It plans to deposit an equal amount at the end of every year for the next 10 years at an interest rate of 15% compounded annually. Find the equal amount that must be deposited at the end of year for the next 10 years. See here, in these cases what he mentioned, a company replace present facility after 10 years, that outlay is, that is nothing but the F is 5 lakh. Okay, up to 10 years, and interest is 10%. So what is the formula for equal payment series sinking fund? Formula is A equal to F of I divided by 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. Okay, I is 15%. So by n is 10. By using of this formula, we will get the equal amount deposited. So A is deposited amount. We will get the deposited amount by using of this formula. Okay. Next one is equal payment series present worth amount. Okay. So in these cases, flow diagram like this. See here, P is present amount and A is annual equivalent payment. Okay, P is present worth, A is annual equivalent payment, and N is the number of periods, and I is the interest. Okay, formula is P equal to present year equal to A of 1 plus I raised to n minus of 1 divided by I into 1 plus I raised to n. Okay. So next one is equal payment series capital recovery amount. So it is recovery amount. It is worth amount. Okay. See here, recovery amount formula is like this. A equal to P of 1 plus I raised to n divided by 1 plus I raised to n minus of 1. Next one is uniform gradient series. In this cases, uniform gradient series annual equivalent amount concept will comes. That is nothing but the you people seeing in the flow diagram. So that flow diagram tells objective of this mode of a investment is to find annual equivalent amount series with an amount of A1 at the end. See here, A1 at the end of the first year, and with the equivalent gradient increment is nothing but the G. Okay, annual amount plus equal gradient. In first year, gradient is it will be 0. Second year it will be having G, it will having the constant 1, and third year it will be 2G, fourth year 3 of G, continuous, and n times it is nothing but the A1 plus n minus of 1 G. Okay, and formula is A equal to A1 plus G of 1 plus I raised to n minus In minus 1 divided by I of 1 plus I raised to n minus of I. So G of is nothing but the A of G I n. Okay, it is formula for uniform gradient series factor. Next one is nominal and effective interest rates. Okay, see here, in these cases formula is like this. What is this? Nominal and effective interest rates. So formula is R equal to 1 plus I by C raised to C minus of 1. So I will explain about this one. The interest or a discount rate in all of the engineering economic formulas is the discount rate per time period. Typically interest or a discount rates are quoted on an annual basis. These rates are a term nominal interest or a discount rates. Nominal rates also specify the compound that occurs during the year. A discount rate is 12% computed monthly is an example of a nominal interest rate. Okay, nominal interest rate is nothing but the NIR, periodic interest rate times the number of periods per year. NIR, it does not take the effect of the compound during the year into account, whereas the effective interest rate EIR does. And effective interest rate is nothing but the R equal to 1 plus I by C raised to C minus of 1. So we will solve one more problem. That is, I will read it, that problem. A person invests a sum of 10,000 in a bank at a nominal interest rate 10% for a 10 years compounding quarterly. Find the maturity amount of the deposit after 10 years. Okay, see here, P is invested money N is 10 years and I is 10%. Okay, so number of interest period. Okay, so in this cases number of interest periods, so we have to calculate it for 4 years. Okay, in this cases 4 years, so C effective interest rate is C equal to 4 years. We have to calculate number of interest periods per 4 year. We have to calculate it. It is 10 years, no? So we have to calculate it every 4 years. So C equal to 4. So formula is R equal to 1 plus I by C whole raised to C minus of 1. By using of this formula we will get the R value, and after that we have to calculate it future amount, that is nothing but the F equal to P of 1 plus I raised to I 1 plus R raised whole raised to N. So R already we know, and P also it is the present amount, that is also we will know, we got know, and N is 10 years. By using of these all future we will get the future amount. Next one is deferred annuity. So deferred annuity is nothing but the, so see here in these cases if the occurrence of an annuity does not happen until some later date, the annuity is known as a deferred annuity. In the other words, when a uniform series begins at a time other than the end of periods 1, it is called the shifted uniform series. Several methods can be used to determine the equivalent present worth, that is nothing but the P, for the cases of deferred annuity. For example, P of the uniform series, it is shown in the figure. See here. So uniform series, in these cases deferred annuity can be calculated by dividing the series into two equal parts. See here, the first part is number of payment paid, which follows generally annuity calculation. Second part is number of periods. Third part is find out the present worth annuity, then discount this value of throughout the pre-annuity period. So hence we will get the deferred annuity. After that, comparison of, next concept is comparison of alternatives. So by using of present worth method we have to calculate it comparison of alternative methods. See here, in these cases comparison alternative method is nothing but the, in the present worth method, for comparison of a mutually exclusive alternatives, the future amount, that is expenditure and incomes occurring at a future periods of a time, are converted into equivalent present worth values at a certain rate of interest per interest period and are added to present worth occurring at a zero time. Okay, the converted equivalent present worth values are always less than the respective future amount. Since the rate of interest is normally greater than the zero, the cash flow of the mutually exclusive alternatives may consist of future expenditures and incomes in a different forms, namely randomly placed single amounts of uniform amount series connecting from end of year 1, randomly placed uniform amount series that is commencing at a time period of other than the end of year. Okay, so we will solve one problem by using of comparison of alternatives by a present worth method. See here, question like this: two alternatives for purchase of a transit mixer having a same useful life proposed. Alternative, first he mentioned alternative 1, that is nothing but the initial purchase cost, so that is nothing but the P, and annual operating and maintenance cost is 40,000. Expected salvage that is 2,50,000 and useful life of years is 5. Next alternative is same, initial cost, annual operating system, expected salvage and useful years. Using present worth method, find out which alternative should be selected if the rate of interest is 10% per year. Okay, see here, in first alternative, what is present year or else initial purchase cost is 6 lakhs. At the 0, P equal to 6 lakh, and annual operating and maintenance, that is from, and years is from 0 to 5. So P already we know that is initial purchase cost, that is nothing but the at the year of 0, and annual operating and maintenance cost is in alternatives, that is nothing but the 40,000. 1 to 5 it is maintenance cost is 40,000, it equally maintaining from first year to fifth year. And salvage amount is, expected salvage amount is 2,50,000. Okay, see, this is 2,50,000 is expected future values. By using of these all data, we will calculate it formula. See here. So okay, equivalent corresponding PW1 formula is, see here, 6 lakh is, it is nothing but the P. Formula is so formula is, see here, first formula is PW1. PW1 is nothing but the P plus of A into 1 plus I raised to n minus of 1 divided by I of 1 plus I raised to n plus F into 1 divided by 1 plus I raised to n. Okay, that is nothing but the formula PW1. So separate sheet I will give you formula, please refer that formula. By using of PW1 formula, we will get the PW1 value. Okay, then n we already know, that is 5 years, and alternate we will get the present worth corresponding alternative 1, that is nothing but the, why they took negative values, no. So see here, it is downward, outward, it is cash will go outflows, that is nothing but the negative. 6 lakh is negative and 40,000 is also negative. And see here, 2,50,000 is future year or cash, it will be inflow, that is nothing but the positive. Okay, so totally present worth PW1 for alternatives, it is minus of 5,96,600 rupees. Okay, and also we have to calculate it alternatives 2. See here, alternative 2, what he mentioned, initial purchase cost is 4 lakh, annual operating and maintenance cost is 70,000, expected salvage is 1,50,000. Okay, useful life of the year is 5 and I is 10%. So see here, by using of data, we will draw the cash flow diagram, and same problem, same formula will apply PW2 for alternative 2, and value is rupees 5,78,500. Okay, in these cases, which one is higher and which one is lower? So second one is less, having a less rupees. So comparing the equivalent present worth, we have to comparing PW1 and PW2, both alternatives. It is observed that alternative 2 will be selected as it is show lower negative equivalent present worth compared to alternative 1. Okay, So we have to select lower value after calculating the present worth. Second problem is, next problem is, two alternatives for a purchase transist mixer having a useful life purpose. Same method. So see here, same method we have to calculate it, but only in these cases he mentioned, see here, he gave alternative 1 and 2. In these cases, alternative 1, initial cost P is mentioned, salvage F is mentioned, N equal to 5000, and operating and maintenance cost is 40,000. In alternative 2, same data as mentioned but values are changes. And third point, the annual revenue to be generated production concrete by concrete mixer from alternative 1 and 2, 1 lakh and 90,000 respectively. Compute the equivalent present worth alternative rate of interest. See here, production is upward and maintenance and operating system is downward. So in question he mentioned, for alternative 1, production is 1 lakh and operating is 40,000, in equally maintaining up to 1 to 5 years. Okay, so by using of PW1 we have to calculate. I will give formula in separate sheet, please refer that. By using of formula we will get PW1, and in these cases and alternative 2, production is 90,000 and operating and maintenance cost is 70,000. Production is upward and maintenance cost is downward. Okay, PW2. So by using of same formula we will get the PW1 and PW2. So this is, please make corrections, it is PW2. Okay, so by using of formula we will get the PW1 and PW2 value. So comparing these two value, comparing PW1 and PW2, which one is less? No, we have to take lesser value. Okay, next problem is same method but only some data are missing. See here, an engineer has two bids for an excavator to be installed in a new building. The details of the bids for the excavator are as follows. See here, in question he mentioned one table, company A and company B, initial cost that is P, and services years is N equal to 15 years, and annual and operating costs are 60,000 and 70,500. See here what he mentioned. For alternatives or is company A, P equal to 10,50,000 and maintenance cost is 1 to 15 years is 6,000. Okay, so in these cases he didn't give salvage value, so we have to take salvage value is 0. So we have to calculate present worth for 18%. So present worth, so first one is P plus, so cash flow diagram, maintenance cost, okay, into 1 plus I raised to n minus of formula is like this, no? See here, so 1 plus I raised to n minus of 1 divided by I into 1 plus I raised to n. This formula will apply here and we will get the 5.091 and plus salvage is 0, so that is nothing but the 0. By using of this we will get the present worth for company A and same formula for company B. Okay, so still 6 problems are remaining. I will discuss next session. Thank you.